The Tea Party movement, you going to make fun of it yet?
I think it kind of does that on its own.
It is what it is.
Yeah, you know, the Tea Party movement I always have a problem with people who say, you know what, it's not the Republicans, it's not the Democrats, it's all politicians. They're all the problem. And I don't think in this case that's true. I think you had one party that actually was trying to affect change, particularly this health care bill. You had 60% of the people in this country who wanted a public option. It was ignored. And another side that filibustered everything, that stands to lose big if Obama does anything right or anything productive. And I think in a lot of cases it's just kind of laziness when it comes to knowing the facts and knowing what's really going on out there.
What do you think of the Tea Party?
There's a lot I disagree with them on, and I'm not really part of it, but I always think that that a distrust of the government is the healthiest thing Americans can have. I think that the country was built, the most American thing you can have is a distrust of leaders. Don't follow leaders, watch your parking meters.
Rachel?
Yeah, well, I don't completely share the same opinion with Penn. I feel like the Tea Party group in particular isn't really, I mean, they can sort of mask themselves as saying that it's about taxes and it's about all these other issues, but I really find it to be sort of this upper middle class white run organization that's not really about affecting change. It's about this sort of, I do tend to think
class?
It's more, I wouldn't say class, I do think it's more about racism as opposed to being a really political.
Well, that's the magic word. Once you say racism, the other side loses automatically. And I don't think we have very much evidence that that's what it is. Don't they have to be doing racist things besides you just saying that they're racist?
No, but they're looking at the number of people that are in, like the majority of the people that are in the Tea Party.
The race that they are makes them racist by definition?
Well, no, I don't think the race that they are by nature makes them.
If you want to legitimize them for a moment, you know, some of their gripes are legitimate. The average American has not had a pay raise adjusted for inflation since 1973, while guys like us have gotten richer and richer. And,
73, I was making like $4 an hour.
But the problem is they're misdirecting it. It's always been fascinating to me that that groups like this will direct their anger at the left. And, you know, I think it should be noted that
you don't get mad at the right.
Yeah. Well, did you have...
They're pretty mad at the right.
The $100 million or $1 billion Koch family that funds FreedomWorks, which supports the Tea Party, they benefit by getting these guys riled up about this guy who's trying to affect health reform as opposed to getting mad at the rich guys themselves.
But is it rich people telling them what to do, or is it white people?
I think it's a little bit of puppeteering, yeah.
Which one is it? Are they a racist organization or are they a puppet organization?
Well, when Seth and I got together and created the Tea Party,
okay, that's what I'm wondering.
That's
what I'm wondering.
a big, yeah, we
It's
had.
finally come out.
It might also be people that have different opinions than you.
It was supposed to be a
But I think they're very anti. Yeah, but I think it's very anti-Obama. You know, it's very like.
But there were groups that were anti-Bush too. I was really anti-Bush, and yet no one called me racist.
Well, that's right,
because I'm the same race.
Bush wasn't the first black president either.
So once he's the first black president,
you know,
if you're against him, you're racist?
No, I'm not saying that. But I do think if you don't pledge allegiance to the flag, you're anti-American. Anyway, we're going.
Take it, Larry.
Maybe sponsored by Lipton.